So you went back home, you'd had the diagnosis.
Yes.
And what, after, over time, what was your how did you process that information? What was your emotional reaction to it all?
Basically, I was more worried for my girls and my family, telling them, really. I mean, I've just seen the reaction of my youngest daughter, and I thought, well, I've got to tell 2 more daughters this.
Yeah, if you've got all those,
Yes.
occasions to break that bad news to them individually,
Yes.
it can be quite emotional.
Yes. I mean, my husband actually picked me up from the hospital, but he was on a way to a job interview at the time. And I actually rang him and said, you better come now, I've got some bad news. And he just basically rushed through the lights to me, and he couldn't take it in either. He thought it was a mistake. So there was him who knew, and my daughter, and I had to go home and tell everybody else.
Right. What was the family's reaction? Can you describe it for the viewer?
Yes.
How did they cope?
Not very well at the beginning, near enough collapsible. They were devastated, as they thought, not my mum, it can't happen to my mum. You hear these stories, it happens to everybody else, but not my mum.
How old are the children at the time when you told them?
Well, it was 2007, and they're like age 21, 23 and 25 now, so in early 20s.
Yeah, so we're talking about 6 years ago.
Quite young, yes, really.
Yeah. And they were quite upset at the time.
Very, very upset.
Of course, I can totally understand that.
Yes.
Sometimes the family picks up on your emotions,
That's it.
and also how confident you feel.
Yes.
And if you're kind of broadcasting that emotion that, I'm going to get through it,
Yes.
they soon realise that.
Yes.
But if you're broadcasting just intuitively that emotion, look, I'm quite stuck right now, I don't know how to manage, they get stuck too often.
That's right, yeah.